Welcome back to the Shared Security Podcast. And today we're discussing a technology that's pushing the boundaries of what's possible and what's legal. It's called Sora 2, OpenAI's new video generation engine and TikTok clone that's already stirring up serious debate around copyright, privacy, and what it means to create AI slop in 2025. So in this episode, we're going to discuss what Sora 2 does, what it doesn't do, explore how its cameo and likeness features are raising red flags, and dig into the recent clashes with studios, creators, and rights holders. And joining me for this conversation is someone who is not AI slop. That would be my co-host, Kevin Johnson.
I want to be AI slop. I totally want to be AI
You
slop.
could with Sora 2. And maybe I make you a video, Kevin, using your likeness, maybe without your permission. Maybe I'll get permission on this
I'm going to mess you up and just say, I give you permission to build whatever videos you want of me.
Oh, great.
I know.
I can't wait now.
Challenge accepted. That permission is only for Tom Eston and his subsidiaries. And
yeah. So did you hear that, audience? If Kevin receives random videos from you guys, he did not authorize that, apparently. So...
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious what they would look like.
Oh, well, you could be anything that I would want you to be, Kevin.
Welcome to the Shared Security Podcast, where we make security fun.
Wait, security is fun?
Yep, at least when we're talking about
Do
it.
we provide free popcorn?
No, but we do serve hot takes.
Fair and delicious.
New episodes every week. Apple.
And this is the whole thing about Sora 2 is I finally got access to it this morning, and
Yeah.
I spent some time just looking at some of the videos, and it is what everybody says it is. It is it's like TikTok, but on steroids. Now it operates the same way as TikTok. You know, you're scrolling through random viral videos and they're about 10 seconds long. And the first thing I noticed is that there are a ton, I would say, of copyright infringement issues happening.
But is it infringement or is it parody?
Well, see, this is where we're going to have to talk about that. So a lot of the things, there's a ton of videos for some reason of Queen Elizabeth, some of her previous interviews, and then they just show her flying into space, or getting into a bar fight, or things like that. And the whole point of this app is you can take your own likeness or you can remix another video. Another example I saw this morning was there's been a viral video of a cat and a dog, and basically there's spilled food all over the floor. And then it's there's a woman that's basically saying, whose fault is it? And then the cat is yelling at the dog. Well, now they've taken that and the cat's talking, or maybe it's not a cat, it's a lion, or maybe it's not a dog, it's a whale or something else. And then you could actually say, remix this into Family Guy or into a cartoon, or you could just do whatever your mind can possibly think of to remix these videos. Or you could just replace the cat with your face, or it could be Kevin Johnson arguing with the dog.
What on earth happened here? Look at this mess. Don't even start. Both of you were in the kitchen.
Okay, that's fair, but it was an accident.
No, pointing at him is not going to
Somebody
save
knocked
you.
the bowl over.
So this obviously brings in a lot of concerns about companies that have IP, right? Their intellectual property. And of course, there are things that it sounds like through some of the articles we'll link in the show notes is that they've already started putting some guardrails around what can and can't be used in some of these videos. But as you know, Kevin, I mean, AI, is it really going to listen to you?
Right. I mean, we've talked about this before. I'm problematic, right? I'm a hypocrite, whatever, right? I have trademarks that I have defended.
Yeah.
I have content that is copyrighted that I have defended. At the same time, I want a holodeck.
Yep.
And as we've talked about, the steps to get to a holodeck require us to have this ability right now.
Yeah.
And I think that ultimately, ultimately, the good outweighs the bad. Problem is, I can think of lots of bad. Right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like without even getting into revenge porn and things like that, right? We already have disinformation running rampant. We already have a populace. You can pick whatever populace you want to think about that lacks critical thinking skills. Believe whatever they see and run with it. And now we have a system where we can make it say whatever we want. You mentioned Queen Elizabeth, not picking a side, even though everybody knows what side I'm on in this one. We can build videos of Trump saying whatever we want Trump to say, right? In some of the examples I've seen, AI is smart enough to make Trump sound like the idiot he is. And so you believe it, right? Those are all bad things, but the reality is there's also good, right? From an educational perspective, I've used this example before, but I'm better at remembering the Gettysburg Address if LinkedIn tells it to me instead of me reading it on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
That type of stuff is incredible. And what I hope is that we push toward the good, accepting that there's going to be bad. And an example of that I know is very contentious is what is it, Nilly, the AI actress?
Oh, Tilly. Yes.
Tilly, not Nilly. Tilly Norwood.
Tilly
That's
Norwood.
where the end came from. Yeah. I totally agree that there is an issue here where, right, like we can generate fully fake personas that do what we need them to do in the movie field. We can also take, and I know that in some cases, deceased actors and actresses' families have fought against this, and other ones have embraced the idea of bringing back to life actors and actresses that we've lost to put them into things.
Carrie Fisher in Star Wars.
Right.
I mean, they've already done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where is the line? Personally, I think it's very interesting, and it's a link that I didn't notice in your email. The Anthropic settlement with the authors. My understanding, and I will preface this with, not a lawyer, pretend to be one on Twitter every once in a while. But that settlement, according to attorneys I respect, right, sets a bar that allows for a payment to cover the usage.
Like $3,000 or something.
For these books. And my understanding, and please, if somebody has different information that corrects this, please let me know, because I'm very curious. My understanding is Anthropic indexed pirated books. Now, what isn't clear is whether they went out to pirate sites or whether the fact that they indexed them is what was considered pirating, right? Because I could see the argument in both directions. But they basically indexed these books that they had not paid for and then leveraged that in the training data set. And the settlement is all of these authors got $3,000. Look, here's $2,000. Thank you very much. Basically, you set a price. There is now precedent. Yes, it was a settlement, not a judge's decision. And I know how that changes things, whatever. But now when Warner Brothers, as an example, goes after Anthropic and says, hey, you have all of our stuff, Harry Potter is now in this, or right, Anthropic and OpenAI or whatever can come back and say, cool, the price for a book was $3,000. What's the price for a movie, right? You know what I mean? Like that. Now we're just talking licensing. What is it, Winston Churchill that said, we're not discussing whether you're a whore, we're just setting, we've already determined that, we're just setting the price. That changes this in my mind, right? And I don't know the right answer. I really don't. I personally would rather more AI than less, because my ultimate goal is a holodeck.
Yes, and you've already said that you will tell the AI where we all live. And,
I totally will. Yes,
and rat us out. But besides that,
besides my bowing to our AI overlords,
that's right. That's right. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Just to add some context too. So when this app was released like a couple weeks ago, not even a couple weeks ago, actually, their policy was they would let users create videos featuring copyrighted characters and things unless those right holders explicitly opted out. Now they've reversed course, and now they say that they've moved into an opt-in model, so requiring permission before copyrighted characters can appear in Sora 2 videos. So now what's interesting about that, though, is still like who determines what's copyrighted material and what's not? How does OpenAI know, right?
Well, and this goes back to a common misconception, right? To have a copyright, you don't have to file anything with the government. This is not a trademark or a service mark, right? If you create something, it has an inherent copyright.
Right.
So the argument at that point is nothing on the internet can be indexed unless the copyright holders give permission. Like if you come out to the Security's website, just picking on that, right? The Security's website is copyrighted.
Yeah.
According to that rule, they can't use anything from that website. I will tell you right now, I give permission for any AI system to index our stuff. And I have the authority to do that.
You do.
Yes. Right. But we make comments, being, general people, not just you and I, we make comments like, we won't use any copyrighted material unless we have permission. Bullshit.
Yeah.
If you're spidering the websites, if you're browsing content, you are making use of copyrighted material. Now, with Sora 2, we can change that around a little bit, right? Yeah. And then you have the thing where if you come into the site and say, create a movie of me as Harry Potter, okay, for a very small subset, they can say, no, Harry Potter is one of those copyrighted characters we don't want to mess with.
Yeah.
But then the question becomes, how far do they take that?
But could you say to the likeness of Harry Potter?
Right.
Right.
And how do you deal with it? Like, for example, right, we all know I've got the trademark for professional evil, right? That's our slogan. It's been for almost 15 years. I want to say it was Vans, might have been Converse. You could make custom shoes and you could put a graphic on them. And I wanted a pair of professional evil sneakers.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
And I designed them and I did it and I submitted them and they rejected it and said, that's a trademark item. You can't use trademark item. And I'm like, but it is
my trademark.
I'm that trademark. And they were like, no, we don't. They did not have any mechanism for me to approve the use, which I understand their reasoning, right? Like that's a headache for them to make a single pair of sneakers. Right. Yeah. But, okay, where's that? Where do I go and say, hey, Sora 2, you're allowed to use pictures of Kevin?
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess as just a regular user of this app, I would caution people to think twice before doing the cameo thing and using your likeness in these videos, because especially when or if it goes viral, like, what are you receiving for giving away your likeness? And this gets into some just uncharted territory, in my opinion.
Yes.
I guess some people would say it's no different than making a TikTok video and then that goes viral, right? And it's your image, like you created it. But with TikTok, though, I would assume you give away all your rights to that video just by using the platform, right? No different than Facebook.
It's a question to a lawyer.
It is. So it may not, and I have not read the policies of Sora 2, but, if you're a copyright holder, unless you specifically say, I don't want you using all of our copyrighted images, which like Disney has already done, apparently, who's to stop you or stop them, right? Or people remixing yours into using additional copyrighted material on top of that, right? I think it's just a total mess, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I think that your point about What about the likeness of, right?
Yeah.
Let's ignore Harry Potter for a second. Pixar has a style that has been there for a while,
Yep.
right? Disney, if you think back to the old movies, right? Snow White, Cinderella, whatever, there was a style of that animation.
Yeah.
Is that copyrighted?
Yeah.
If I come in and say, put me in a animated movie that resembles the style of the original Cinderella, not make me Cinderella, not, right? Is that a violation of that copyright? I don't know.
Yeah.
And how does OpenAI and these systems, where's the threshold? If I come back and say, make a video of me as a portly yellow creature that wears a red shirt and really likes honey, you and I both know I'm making myself look like Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, you are. Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't know. That's why I say, and I don't like this answer. I want to be very clear. I don't like this answer at the same time that I love this answer. Use everything. We don't need copyright anymore. And I know that's not valid, right? I know that, but that is the route we're going, is we either have to allow these systems to work and then focus on usage of the resulting content, right? So Sora 2 can absolutely generate a video of me with Mickey Mouse and Goofy and Winnie the Pooh. But if I sell access to that video, now I owe money to Disney, right? Because bluntly, I have a laser cutter.
Yeah.
I am legally allowed, my understanding, not an attorney, I am legally allowed to cut out things for my personal use. It's when I sell them that I'm breaking the law. And I understand. I'm not ignoring the fact that Sora 2 charges for access, right? I get that, right? But where is that threshold? And I think, and that's what I say is, in my mind, and I'm not that smart, and I'm not, but there's two paths we can go, and we have to pick one. We can either go down the path of, you can use whatever you need to, and then usage of the result is where the licensing comes in. Or we can go down the route of, no, can't use anything, and we cripple the AI industry. Right?
Yeah.
Those, in my opinion, are the only two choices that are long-term viable. Not if you want a solution that we can actually handle. Right?
Yeah. And like you mentioned, the whole AI actress, like the Tilly Norwood situation. And I watched they have like kind of like a preview video on their website. And it's frankly, like, I couldn't tell the difference between like the video of a real filmed, like every actor that was in this little clip was all AI generated, everything. And it was really hard to tell the difference. I'll be honest. And this is just getting better and better. And this is going to fundamentally change the way that we watch movies. Like, I don't blame like SAG-AFTRA, the actors union, coming out condemning this technology. The Motion Picture Association of America has also told OpenAI you cannot use any movies in Sora 2. Like, so this is already starting, but how long do you go fighting this? Right?
Well, that we go back to the two choices I gave you. So they want to go down the route of crippling AI.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not disagreeing or agreeing with them. I'm just saying that is a route. But if we go down that route, we are crippling AI. Right. And maybe that's okay. I don't think so. I think that's a problem long term. Right. I also don't think it'll work. But let's go with it. Right. I think there's a really easy way to get SAG-AFTRA to accept it. Make it a rule that Tilly Norwood has to be a member.
Yeah, and she gets a salary. And
right.
I mean, honestly, maybe that's what you have to do. Yeah.
We treat corporations as people. We can treat AIs as people.
Yeah, there
right?
you go.
And I'm not saying that's a good solution. I'm just saying that, like, I guarantee you that if you say to SAG-AFTRA, I don't guarantee it.
Yeah.
Hey, all of our AI actors are going to become members. We'll see what the story is then.
I mean, this gets back to that video game I had mentioned, the Detroit Becoming Human game, where the androids want their rights just like humans have rights and laws and to be treated as such. So never know. Maybe that is where we're going with all this. But nonetheless, it's going to be very interesting. And of course, this is the first of many apps that I'm sure that are going to come out and do the same thing after OpenAI has kind of started this. So we'll see where it goes, but it definitely brings up a lot of issues, like we said, with copyright, with privacy, with all of these things. And it is kind of being funneled up into the larger AI debate. And to your point, Kevin, I don't think we're going to stop it. Like, I think this is just now part of the world that we live in. And either companies and organizations have to adapt, or governments, of course, can step in and have laws and other things around this. But with everything going on in the government right now, do you expect anything to even happen? I mean, there's a government shutdown right now. They can't even agree to keep the government open right now. So let alone have to worry about something like this. So here we are. Great conversation. So for people listening, we would love to hear your thoughts on this. So please, drop us an email or comment on our YouTube channel or on Blue Sky. We'd love to hear your comments to see if is this the new world, or is this something that organizations are going to continue to fight? All right. Well, I think that's all we have time for today. Thank you, Kevin, for joining me. And maybe the next episode we'll share a Sora 2 video of Kevin doing something silly. We'll see.
Maybe, I can't wait.
Maybe I'll do something, since I do have permission from you to do that.
Yes, you do.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for listening. And until next time, stay safe, stay secure, and stay private.
Welcome to the Shared Security Podcast. I'm Tom Eston.
I'm Scott Wright.
And I'm Kevin Johnson. We talk about the big security stories, privacy, and the tech that affects all of us.
New episodes drop every week, so hit follow and join the conversation.
Thank you for watching or listening to this episode. Be sure to subscribe wherever you like to get your podcasts. Visit sharedsecurity.net for merch, previous episodes, and more. If you'd like to help support the podcast, join our Patreon to get ad-free episodes and many more exclusive supporter-only benefits. Visit sharedsecurity.net/supporter for more details.